Hey everybody, thank you so very much for watching this video. Today I'm going to be talking about my health journey and talk to you about how I became a nutritional therapy practitioner and give you some insight so that you can decide whether or not I am the right person for you to help you either set, maintain, or adjust your goals, specifically your health and nutrition goals for this new year. So my health journey started back in 2018. I did not feel good at all. I was so sad. I hated myself. I hated how I felt. I hated that I couldn't do the things that I wanted to. I was overweight. I was just in a lot of pain a lot. My joints always hurt. And then I was having some really hormone imbalances that were making it really hard for me to emotionally regulate myself very well. I just was sad all the time. And I always felt like I was never full, I was never satisfied, and I never felt like I had any control over what I was eating. And because I was sad, I would eat more. And it was just this vicious cycle, and I just felt terrible all the time. I never felt like I had any energy. And I ended up going to the doctor to get some ideas on what was going on with my hormones and to help balance that out. And she told me that I was actually pre-diabetic. And at the time I was 22. So that was kind of a big wake-up call for me. And then a couple weeks later, I was hiking with my husband, and I had loved hiking. Used to be something that I really enjoyed doing. And when I was trying to hike with him, I couldn't. It was so painful for me to put one foot in front of the other. I couldn't even enjoy what I was doing because my joints hurt. I was out of breath. I was beyond out of shape. I felt exhausted the moment I took even a couple steps. And it was really hard for me to take a look at myself and say, I'm 22 years old and I can't even do the things I want to do, and I'm pre-diabetic, and I feel terrible about myself. And I remember sitting in a camp chair after hiking and just thinking, Tinsley, you are not allowed to feel like this ever again. And from there I went home and I knew that I needed to change my nutrition. I knew that my nutrition was the issue because I just ate everything. I baked a lot. I ate lots of sugar. It was how I coped with some of my emotional problems that I was having. And so I knew that that was going to be something I needed to address. But I didn't necessarily want to just hop on Pinterest and find a cleanse or do a fad diet, because I had tried that in the past and I never could stick to it, and I was never very successful with it. And I knew I didn't know a lot about nutrition, but I knew two things. I knew that meat was good for me, and I knew that vegetables were good for me. And so I decided I was just gonna eat meat and vegetables for meals. I wasn't gonna worry about snacks just yet. I was just gonna have my meals and have meat and vegetables and see how that made me feel, and base what I was doing solely off of how my body felt, not how the scale was changing or if my clothes were fitting, but just how I felt. I just wanted to feel better. I just wanted to feel like I had energy to do anything. So I started doing that, and literally the first day, by that afternoon, I didn't feel that 3 o'clock slump. I didn't feel like I needed a nap when I got done with work. I felt like I had more energy, and by day 3 of just eating meat and vegetables, I felt better than I had in probably 10 years. I had used food and especially sugar to cope since I was a very little kid, and I was shocked at how much better I felt very quickly. And I knew that I couldn't be the only one that felt this way and had experienced this. And so I started looking into nutrition and nutritional therapy, and I decided to shift gears and in my education process and then become a nutritional therapy practitioner. So I studied to become a nutritional therapy practitioner, and through that I learned more about nutrition and specifically what my body needed. And it just confirmed to me so many things that I knew were true, and I knew that everybody was different and there wasn't a one-size-fits-all diet. And what was good about some diets and less good about other diets for certain people. And I loved that. I loved learning, and I loved being able to know what my body needed and know that one day I would be able to help others know exactly what their body needs to feel good too. So through this whole process, I ended up losing over 100 pounds. I became just really active and went to the gym quite often. I was able to hike again and go tons of places. This last summer, I was able to run 21 miles in the backcountry, things that I didn't even think were possible, and my body could just do them. And I wasn't overly sore after it either, just because I knew I had trained the way I was supposed to and had the nutrition and the backing in my digestive system and my blood sugar regulation that I needed to. So a lot of the reason that I didn't seek out professional help when I was starting on my health journey was because when I was looking into getting healthier and changing my nutrition, I tried to find someone who I thought would fit my needs. And I found that most nutritionists, dietitians, nutritional therapy practitioners, someone in that field, oftentimes they struggled with anorexia, bulimia, or orthorexia. And I think there is a need for that. And I think that there is a huge population that struggles with that and needs people who understand how to help them with that. But that just wasn't my experience. I didn't have any control over my food. I didn't have any control over what I was eating. And honestly, I was to the point that I was like hoping I would get the flu just so I'd be nauseous enough to not want to eat every minute of every day. And that's why I became a nutritional therapy practitioner. And that's why I started my practice, is so that I can help people in that same boat. Because I know how it feels to not have energy ever. I know how it feels to reach for sugary processed foods every time you get anxious or stressed, because that has been your coping mechanism for a very long time. I know how hard it is to change, but I also know how good it feels after you change and how quickly your body reacts to whole foods, to good foods. And so I just wanted to tell you guys, if you are looking for someone who understands, who knows what it's like, who's been in your shoes, that's right here. I know what it's like, and I can't wait to help you. And if you need help with your nutrition this upcoming year, please reach out to me. I do free consults, and so I'd be happy to sit down and talk with you, talk about whether my package is right for you or not, or whether you just need some tips and tricks to get started and some things to help you along your health journey. So if you are looking for a free consultation, let me know. You can either email me at mappedoutnutrition@gmail.com, or you can also click the book now button on my Instagram. So I hope this is helpful to you guys, and I will be sharing some New Year's goals and good things to set for your health goals the rest of the week.